Hey everyone, my name's Jordan. I'm with our lead pastor, Matt Garino, and we want to continue a conversation that we started this past Sunday at our family gathering together. A gentleman purchased the land next door to us, and he's offering to sell us this piece of property for $200,000 so that we can extend our current parking over into this area. This is a conversation we want to start with you guys because it's going to cost us all something. This past year, moving into 2018, we had to cut budget back a little bit, which was a little bit of a scary thing, and now we're talking about adding to it with this piece of property. Now, as we come to you, we've thought through a lot of the pieces, and we don't think this is a too big of an ask, but we all need to have buy-in if we're going to move forward.
Especially if we all agree together that this is worth doing. The costs are very reasonable. Now, we've actually had our eyes on this piece of property behind us here for years because as a church, we built a large facility a number of years ago that can seat over 500 people, which is an incredible amount of space to draw people in and let them experience the love of Christ and hear the gospel preached. The reality is without this gravel strip that we're standing on, we have this much attendance capacity in our worship center, but we really only have this much parking capacity. Our parking lot, the paved part, cannot hold enough cars to completely fill the worship center. In fact, if our parking lot was full, our worship center would only be about 2/3 full. And you'd be looking around the room, there'd be several hundred people there, but there would be a lot of empty spaces. In fact, if you were here at Harvest at Easter Sunday, we had almost 500 people who came to church that weekend, which was awesome. And yet, because we had 2 services, we actually had fewer people per service than what we're used to. So as the number of people went up, the number of people in the room, oddly enough, went down. There was a lot of empty space. That's some of the reality of the parking constraint that we have. What this gravel strip represents is the opportunity for us to add enough overflow parking when needed that we can bring our parking capacity up to our worship center capacity. Basically, it allows us to have a full house. It allows us to stay together as a church. It allows us to fully utilize the capacity of the building that was built so many years ago so that can be the regular experience that we have. That is an incredible opportunity that we feel we have, if the Lord willing, if the Lord allows us to see our attendance increase, to be all together and maximally utilize this facility. If we don't purchase this land, our ability to utilize it is going to go away because it'll just be developed as part of the housing that's going in next door to us. So that's why this is such an important decision that we're talking about right now.
This process must be a conversation. The elders and the staff don't want to make this decision in isolation. We need buy-in from everyone. So there's going to be a 3-step process in which we're hoping to engage everyone on. The first thing that we're asking everyone to do is just pray. Seek wisdom from the Holy Spirit. What are we to do? Is this something that is wise for us right now? Secondly, we're going to ask you to participate in a poll. This is really an opportunity for us as elders and staff to see what's in the minds of everyone and just see if this is a smart decision moving forward. Then thirdly, depending on how the poll goes, our elders are going to come together, build a proposal to bring to the church so that we can vote on it in the future. But we're going to first start off with this polling just to kind of get in the minds of everyone and hope to be able to ask lots of questions.
Yeah. And this is a conversation. It's a two-way street. I love the fact that we're all being brought into this together. That means we want to communicate with you and we want to hear from you. One of the best ways right now that we're communicating to everybody in our church is that we've taken a summary of this whole project and including all the costs as best as we know them right now and why we would be doing it, along with answers to many good questions that have already been asked. We've put all of that on our website. If you go to harvestcc.org and click on what's current on the top menu of the page there, that's where we're going to have all the latest information. And we're looking at, are there more cost-effective ways we could secure this property? And if we find out that there are, we'll put that information up there. As more questions come in and we answer them, we will post them for everybody to see because other people may have the same questions. So go to harvestcc.org, click on what's current, and that will always be the latest information we have on everything pertaining to whether or not we're going to buy this property.
Good questions have been asked, such as, what if we don't purchase this property and we go back to 2 services? We put our thoughts online with that. Secondly, what about the grass area that we already own? What if we use that and turn that into parking? We put some thoughts on that as well. Go there, read those thoughts, read more questions that have been asked and some answers, as well as you just engage in this process, we would love to hear from you and just continue to hear your thoughts. The poll is going out this Sunday, April 22nd, and in that you can start engaging with us. If you have more questions and just deeper things you want to know about, respond appropriately back through that email, and we would love to just engage and put our thoughts online where Matt just said. And we're looking forward to closing that polling about April 29th, Sunday, April 29th. And then after that date, we will be able to just gather all the information together and make a decision as far as what's the wise thing to do moving forward.
And let me just end by saying that I'm excited about this whole process for our church. I'm excited about this opportunity, but even more than the land itself, the opportunity to engage everybody who calls Harvest their church home in seeking the Lord and in participating in deciding what to do and in making it happen is a good thing for our church. So I'm really looking forward to the process, and we appreciate you guys being involved in it.